In this video, we're going to look at creating a section view for the wall on column line 3 that we just recently created. And in order to do that, I'm going to move to level 2. I'm going to go up to my quick access toolbar, choose section, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw in. I'm going to click and just draw, so that way the line will pass through the wall. And that way, here is the box of what we are going to see. If I right click, I can choose go to view. That'll take me to the section view. One thing we will need to do is you're going to notice that we are only worried about the wall on column line 3 for the section detail on this. So what I'm going to do is I do have a crop region. I'm going to go ahead and drag the crop region up a little closer. And as I zoom in and get this a little closer, I'm going to actually change the view scale as well, so that way I can kind of see what's going on. So I'm going to go to 1/4 inch equals a foot. That's going to fit on our page pretty well, but yet giving us a good amount of view, and it's going to be large enough that it just fits really well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag the crop region up just underneath between the two level lines, so that way I can see level 2 in there, so that way we know where the wall starts in terms of its vertical position, and then we're going to be able to see where it kind of stops. So with that, I'm also going to drag the column line up so that way it snaps to level 2, just that way it's in the view. That way we kind of know that that's what's going on there. And then I'm just going to drag the rest of the crop region lines just a little closer to the wall. I like to kind of tighten those up a little bit. This right here, watch your labeling for your levels. And I would say, I'm going to bring that out just a little bit more, so we don't want to go through and really crowd our view so much, because that can be a problem. And I'm also going to drag the bubble here with the number 3 just a little closer. And if we need to, we can always go through as well and bring in these lines just a little bit. For now, I'm going to hide the crop region, and I need to change my level of detail to fine. That way I can see the layers in my wall. And from here, I'm just going to go through and look at the Annotate tab, and I'm going to go to Text. Within the Leader panel, I'm going to choose the 2-segment text. And from here, I can start labeling. I like to zoom in on some of the components, and then when I go to click on them, you can see the arrow and where it's pointing to, or it's pointing on the object. Here, this is going to be a 16-inch concrete parapet cap. And I can go ahead and do that. And this is set at 3/30 seconds aerial. And so when I go to continue on, if I happen to cancel out, I do need to make sure my type selector is set to a wall section. So one thing I did forget. And really it doesn't change the section view at all. It just goes through and makes sure that it's properly labeled on in your project browser. So if I do, like for example, if I get away from the text tool, I can always click on it, right click and choose create similar. And then I can continue to go down my, I can always continue to go down my particular element. So for example, I could go through and put 4-inch brick, and I'm going to go ahead and put, this is the soldier course here at the top. I can always check and just continue to go down and label my elements that are in my wall. Now I'm going to stop at this point because it continues to be repetitive as far as drawing and labeling those items. Where I've found that is if I select the wall, and I can do that right here in the section view, choose edit type, go to my structure, and I kind of wrote down what were some of the materials as well as the thicknesses for the wall, and that's what I'm putting on for the section view. So other than, and I also used, for example, the sweeps. So here are the sweeps. So the parapet cap, 16 inches wide, 1 brick soldier course. The offset they had, which would also be the thickness, would be 3 5/8. Nominal size for the brick, they always note to be 4 inches. So that's always kind of what is being noted there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And I would just continue to go down that wall labeling until I was completely finished. And then I would go through and complete my section view. So as I scroll down, I already have one completed. Here is what a finished section view would probably look like. So I did go through and you don't necessarily have to have the level 2 brought up like that, but I did go through and do that earlier when I was messing with some of the view sets. But this would be what the finished one would look like with all the labeling if you chose the exterior brick on metal stud with the parapet cap and brick soldier course. This would be the correct labeling and everything that would be prepared for your section view for the Keystone Library wall on column line 3.